from the Edward T. Berry Ice Rink in East Boston, Massachusetts for some NEHC action. Two conference teams high up in the standings duking it out today. I am Alex Barth. Good afternoon, good Friday to you. Once again, welcome to NCAA Ice Hockey here from the Edward T. Berry Ice Rink. The UMass Boston Beacons come into this one at 12-5 overall, 7-3 in the conference. They're tied with a couple of teams for fourth place. They're in a grouping there in this bunched up, top-heavy NEHC. Holy Cross tied for second, 15-3 overall, 8-2 in conference play. Holy Cross in the NEHC for now. We will get to that in just a bit. First off, today's matchup, the Beacons come in. They had won 3 in a row but lost their last game at Norwich Academy. That was yesterday, falling 5-1. Similar story for Holy Cross. Had won 3 in a row. Actually had won more than 3 in a row. Run quite the winning streak. Coming into matchup last week at Franklin Pierce. They fell in that one 2-1. Both of those teams, the victors in the most recent games, towards the top of the conference. Norwich is in second, and Franklin Pierce tied for fourth. So it should be a good one today. Like I just mentioned, though, the big story out of the NAHC today, some major conference realignment happening over the next couple of years between now and the 2018-2019 season. You will see teams going in and out of the conference. The D1 and D2 schools are leaving. More D3 schools are coming in. The numbers are going to be rounded out a bit more. When it's all said and done, St. Aslam, Holy Cross, Manhattanville, Franklin Pierce, St. Michael's, Salve Regina, and Nichols will all be out of the NAHC. For the record, that's 4 of the top 5 teams and the bottom 3 teams. So you're keeping things in the middle. Johnson and Wales, Salem State, and Suffolk will be making their way in on the women's side. There will be some changes on the men's side as well. So one last shot at Holy Cross here for UMass Boston at the Edward T. Berry Ice Rink, at least this year. Changes will come over the course of the next couple of years, but Holy Cross looking to turn themselves more towards a D1 program to match with the rest of their athletics. Let's now take a look at the all-time series between these two teams. Like I said, their last matchup of this season, the team statistics coming into this one. Holy Cross, one of the best offensive teams in the conference, one of the best offensive teams in the nation, scoring almost 4 goals per game. But you look at the penalty kill for UMass Boston, that's going to be huge in this one. Both these teams will shoot a lot. Neither team takes a lot of penalties, but when they do, it's advantage UMass Boston when their special teams are on the ice. Taking a look at the team leaders here for each squad. If we have that, we do. Kaylee Beauregard, the leading scorer for UMass Boston. Cara Violette, the leading scorer for Holy Cross. Wouldn't you know it? They're each the starting left wingers. They will match up against each other, so keep an eye on that matchup. 14 in white and 16 in purple. The points leaders as well, but you can see kind of a spread out attack for both teams. A lot of different names on there. Violette kind of fills it up for Holy Cross, UMass Boston. A lot of people that do a little bit of everything. That's important to remember going into today. You don't really know where that output's going to come from, but you know it's going to come. Talked about the most recent game for UMass Boston being a loss. Before that, they'd won 3 in a row, including a 5-1 victory over Nichols College last week. Take a look at those highlights right now.
I know you want it. Bang, bang, all over. bottle. It's Nicki full throttle. It's swimming in the grotto. We winning in the lotto. We dipping in the pot of blue flow. Getting so good, it's dripping on wood. Get a ride in the engine that could go. Batman robbing it, bang bang cocking it. Queen Nicki dominant, prominent. It's me, Jesse and Ari. If they test me, they sorry. Riders up like a Harley, then pull off in this Ferrari. If he hanging, we banging. Phone ringing, he slanging. It ain't karaoke night, but get the mic 'cause I'm singing. B to the A, to the N to the G. B to the A, to the N to the G. Hey.
Welcome back. There you have it. The last UMass Boston Beacons win. They look to get back on the right side of the winning streak tonight. Taking a look at tonight's starting goaltenders. Both teams going with backup goalies. Alyssa DePippo gets the start for UMass Boston. It will be her 5th game of the year. Same for Marshall LaPlante. You notice those records. Both goalies unblemished on the year. Neither one is the starter, but both have arguably been the best for their teams. Might not see too many goals in this one. You see LaPlante, 2 shutouts, 5 games. DePippo is one of her own, but goals against average advantage. DePippo, the sophomore, a sub-1 goals against average for the netminder from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Now we take a look at the starters. We start with Holy Cross. Talked about Cara Violette. Keep an eye on her. Expect big things. The defensive pairing of Erin Hall and Victoria Young, not always the top pairing for this Holy Cross team, but they'll get it done again defensively. A defensive focus for this Holy Cross team. They'll let the top line do most of the scoring. Everybody else just locks it down. Everybody on the top line for Holy Cross. You see there, Violette, Scalara, and Giard are at least point-per-game players. Violette leads the way, 24 points in 18 games. She also wears a C, and then LaPlante in net. Meanwhile, for the Beacons, Kaylee Beauregard, the leading scorer, is going to get the start. And we actually hear the starters introduce themselves.
Kaylee Beauregard, sophomore forward, Gaylord, Michigan.
Marin Brown, junior forward from Brainerd, Minnesota.
Emily Harris, sophomore forward, Zelltown, Colorado.
Hi, I'm Mario Gallucci. I'm a sophomore defenseman from Warren, New Jersey.
Kateri McClellan, freshman, defense, Rancho Palos Verdes, California. Alyssa DePippo, sophomore, goalie, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
And there you have the starters. We're getting ready. They're about to do the anthem here and the starting lineup. So we are going to step away real quick. When we come back, we drop the puck to UMass Boston Beacons and the Holy Cross Crusaders. NEHC hockey action on a Friday afternoon. Keep it here.
We graduate 17,000 students every year, and the vast majority of them stay in Massachusetts. We have over 280,000 graduates in Massachusetts today. We graduate people in critical fields, engineering, STEM fields. We graduate people with research experience where they can start their own companies. It is amazing to see what UMass graduates accomplish once they leave the university. I remember vividly my own graduation from UMass. It was a beautiful day. It was perfect weather. I remember the pride that my mother and father felt. I could see it in their eyes. Here it is, 30 years later, I get an opportunity to preside over UMass commencement. It is so moving and inspiring for me to think this is what it's for. Here we are, we have these graduates that we're going to unleash on the world, ready to take on the world, happy about the accomplishment, but also hopeful about the future. It's hard not to get emotional at a UMass graduation. You see that UMass is here for the Commonwealth, here for a reason.
I'm Alexa Capion. I'm from Messina, New York. I'm a junior on the women's ice hockey team, and I'm an exercise health science major. But when I got here, I met Coach Harris, and I saw the facility, and I met a couple of the girls on the team, and I pretty much got a feel of the program, and I knew right away that this is where I wanted to go to school. We have all league games for the rest of the year, so that's going to be a huge test for us. We need those points to hopefully come out with a good standing for playoffs. A couple of highlights from the last couple of years that I've been playing was probably last year when we won our first Codfish Bowl. We made history that year. I was really excited to be part of that. I don't have very many goals, but when I do score, it's definitely a big deal.
That's a goal.
For For the past 3 years, we've had Emily. She is a member of the Team Impact program, and that's for children with illnesses that want to be part of a collegiate program. She's great. She comes and watches all of our games. She has her own jersey. She has her own stick. We've got her all this equipment. It's really awesome to have. She gives us a lot of motivation, and she comes in the locker room and talks to us before games, and it's really cool to have her here and be part of our team. When I graduate, I definitely want to go to graduate school, most likely for either athletic training or physical therapy. Our trainers here have definitely given me an insight about what it takes to be an athletic trainer. They're always on top of everything. They always know how to help us and what to do and what not to do. They're always there for us when we need them, and that's given me a lot of help with what I could be doing after I graduate, so that's nice to have them.
Welcome back. We are live on the Beacon Broadcast Network, just moments away from the Beacons getting ready to take on the Holy Cross Crusaders. Came all the way out from Worcester last year in Worcester. The Beacons fell in a 3-2 decision in a game today they need to have and get back on the right track. The final meeting between these two programs as conference foes. Holy Cross jumping up to Division I next season. Today's referees are Tim Crowley, Tim Kerrigan. The linesmen are John Murray and Will Thomas. The UMass Beacons will be wearing white jerseys, moving left to right across your screen to start. Holy Cross wearing purple with white trim, moving right to left. Keys for the games for the Beacons. You just got to be better than you were in that 5-1 loss to Norwich. Don't let Holy Cross be aggressive. Make sure you clear the zone every chance you get. Let me add to that as well. Stay out of the penalty box. Those keys brought to you by Lady Penguins Select Lacrosse. Like I said, Beacons in their whites with blue trim. They will go left to right. Holy Cross in the purple uniforms with white numbers and white trim, moving right to left. Crowley drops the puck, and we are underway here on a Friday afternoon in Boston. Holy Cross comes to the near side, ruled onside, and they dump it down to the far side corner. Poked back, Beauregard has it. She gets it out to the center line. It's thrown back in by the Crusaders. Expect fast pace of play, but both goalies undefeated. Each one has a shutout to their name in just 5 games, 5 appearances. So fast pace, but maybe not too many goals in this one. Holy Cross operating behind the net, thrown out to the point. Pass comes near side. Baggy throws it towards the net off the end boards. UMass Boston recovers. Trying to clear, trying to get up the side is Emily Harris. And Harris able to get the puck past. UMass Boston dumps in, and they will change the forwards. We're a minute in, still no score. Up ahead, caught mid-change, dangling in. Oh, she left the puck behind. Violette, the leading scorer for Holy Cross, almost found herself one-on-one with the net. Dumped into the zone by Julia Nolan, the second line center. Grabbed in the corner by Rachel Peacock. Peacock behind the net, thrown in front. Can't get her stick down on top of it. Embry has it flutter to the end boards. Beaks keep it in. Nolan has it taken away. Now Holy Cross clears. Up ahead, wrister deflected away, nowhere near the net, off the stick of Scala. And now Holy Cross, a minute and a half in, gets their first line off the ice. Tapped ahead, but unable to clear. Beacons fighting for it in front of their bench. Lofted towards the near side corner boards. Beacons still unable to clear it out, poked back in. Julia Nolan settles. Thrown east to west. Trying to get it back to the center. It's poked away. Puck hits the official and clears the zone. As Kat Armstrong working to get it cleared, but Holy Cross right back in. Fluttered towards the net, misses wide. Embry finds a defenseman. UMass Boston, as this one's turned over in the middle of the zone, backhanded forward and out. UMass Boston going with just 11 forwards in this one. They will dress 7 defensemen. Megan O'Donnell, the extra defenseman, gliding in on the near side, thrown in softly by Bianchini, and it's directed wide. Battling for it in the corner. Coming out with it is Katie Berry. Berry tries to wrap it around the corner. And it's taken away. They're trying to get it to Grace Fisher at the point. Left behind the net, trying to get there was Sarah Stevens. She can't catch up. UMass Boston clears. They've cleared the puck well so far, going back to those keys to the game, but for the most part, they've been on the defensive. Puck control has been advantage Holy Cross here often. So far, one shot for the Beacons, no official shots for Holy Cross, though they've had some nice scoring opportunities. Fought for in the circle on the far side. Comes out with Megan O'Donnell. She wraps it around the end boards. Fisher up ahead, pass to no one. Poked away. And the Crusaders recover. To the near side up ahead, it's Brown. Brown dumps it in out of her net to get it as LaPlante. Violette carries it around behind, leaves it for a teammate. Up the seam, that pass goes wide, it's taken away. Unable to keep it in is Stevens. She gets bumped, hits the ice, and that may draw a penalty. Violette heading over to the box, and the Beacons get ready for the man advantage. UMass Boston comes into this one scoring on 14% of their power plays. Holy Cross on the penalty kill, just a shade under 90%. And they win the defensive draw and send it the length of the ice. It is 2 minutes on the clock for Violette. Now down to 150 as the Beacons will have to go the full 200 and get it started again. Soft shovel to the edge. Trying to skate in is Beauregard. Collects the puck after losing it, heading to the boards. Faking the shot at the point. Trying to get it back to the middle. Taken away by Holy Cross. And the Beacons defense does a good job to catch up and stop what looked like it might have been a one-on-none. Snatched away by Nolan. Around the back to Beauregard. Beauregard with it in the corner. Couple players falling down right around that goal line. It's taken away again. Holy Cross out in front, and it's poked to the corner. Sent there by O'Donnell, now fought for on the far side boards. A couple players have fallen down on their own along the goal line in the Beacons defensive zone so far. Something to keep an eye on the ice conditions over there. Beacons more than halfway through the penalty now, still yet to record a shot. Trying to get something going. Edie Moritz tries to go over the top. Pokes it to herself in the corner. Defense catches up. They're tied up down there. Puck comes loose. It's coming back the other way. Shot down again. 33 seconds left on the penalty. 14:40 to go in the period. Still no score. Over to Brown. Brown gathers. 20 seconds left on the penalty clock. Holy Cross is able to clear, and that will go offsides. So just the one shot in this game for UMass Boston. A lot of defense. Holy Cross has possessed the puck quite a bit, but we haven't seen them shoot much. Meanwhile, UMass Boston, with 7 seconds left on the power play, has recorded just the one shot, and that came at even strength. Now retreating is Jetter. It's taken away again. More costly turnovers by UMass Boston. Puck in front. Shot deflected by a player. Regathered. Thrown on net. Save made. DePippo pokes it away. Over to the point. Gillis. Gillis down to the red line. Around in the back corner. And thrown forward by Embry as UMass Boston clears. The penalty is over. It's been over for a bit. Two players chase the puck down to the corner. That's Hannah Gillis, and I didn't see the number for UMass Boston. But it comes out with the Crusaders. They're coming up the ice again with speed. Emily Listener up the wing, just throws it to the end boards. Seen dump and chase early from Holy Cross. A lot of puck possession, but not a lot of shots on net. Beacons almost turned it over again in their own end. Here comes Barry. Katie Barry pass to nobody, taken away. Holy Cross hustling up, 2-on-3. Beacons meet at the blue line, carried through, around the back of the net, trying to wrap around. Angle taken away by the defense, nicely played out to the point. Slap shot from the point, hits the ankle of a Beacons defenseman. That was Kat Armstrong. Beacons with the puck back, and they clear, but that may go for icing. And it will. 12:33 to go in the first period, still no score. Face-off will be to DePippo's left. Won by UMass Boston off the tie-up and poked back. Near side tap to the middle. Up the wing comes Scala. Scala tries to throw it in front. Waiting there with the shot was Giardi, but she pushed it wide to her right. Puck popped up out of the zone. Charging on his Beauregard, can't get there in time. Taken away by Emily Harris, and the Beacons will reset. Thrown in the middle, player hits the deck, that's Harris, no call. Holy Cross skates in with the puck in front, separated from the puck. Again, UMass Boston Beacons defense coming up strong. Just waiting for it to turn into offense. Thrown into the zone, right on net. Poked away by LaPlante. Shuffled around the end boards. Holy Cross coming up with it again. Giardi knocks it off the near side glass. Gathered in by Jetter behind the net. Chases it all the way to the corner. Backhands it around. Nobody there for the pass. Slap shot saved with the stick made by DePippo. Scrum on the near side boards. Trying to get it away, fighting for it, and able to get it away are the Beacons. With the strong play, it's Julie Nolan. Trying to find Nolan now through the middle. The puck goes wide. Backhanded forward. Beacons continue to poke it towards their own zone, but it's Holy Cross with possession yet again. Sarah Stevens with it. Stevens to the middle. Dangles. Wrist shot. Save made. Knocked away. Closing the pads to DePippo and the defense able to slap the puck out of danger. Couple shots now for Holy Cross as they start to build momentum. Almost another one. Strong defensive play. Colucci breaks it up with the stick for the blue and white. Right up the middle. Backhanded. Katie Barry. Barry has to throw it off the boards. Nothing there. Tries to challenge and get the puck away, but the pass comes to Stevens. Stevens off the near side boards and around. Chased down at the end boards by Katerina McClellan. Over to the far side. Now grabbing it is Kat Armstrong. Kept in play in bounds. Kept on sides. Holy Cross keeping the possession going, and now it's cleared. 9:34 to go. At the point with it. On the backhand. Wheels around. Thought about the shot. Tried to get it down to the slot. And that pass goes wide. It was intended for Listener. Beacon still can't clear. There's a slap shot from Baggy. Off the end boards. Holy Cross has gotten just one shot on net. The Beacon skaters have done a good job getting to the puck before it reaches their goaltender. Tossed in again. Caught in the pads of LaPlante, and she will cover. We will go to a face-off, 0-0 to score, 8:53 to go in the period. As Holy Cross heads to the dot, they have won 3 of 4 Julia Nolan at the dot for the Beacons. And her first face-off attempt is won by Holy Cross. Crusaders again to the near side. Violette loses the puck. Beacons clear, but again, Holy Cross right back. They have to just tap it into the zone. Would not have been onside. Puck carried by Jetter. Jetter throws it down to the corner. Race down there, and Embry is in there for the Beacons. She touches it up. 3-on-2. Holy Cross has the bodies. And a purple jersey carries the puck out of the scrum. Crusaders in 3-on-2. Poke checked away. With the stick, it was Armstrong thrown in front, one-timer. Didn't get it off the stick right. Great scoring chance for the Crusaders. Bodied on the boards, poked away. Armstrong again, a nice poke check, trying to bring it around behind. Official's arm stays down. 7:38 remaining in the period. Puck caught and dropped by Gillis. As she keeps possession. It has been all Holy Cross in terms of attacking zone time so far in this first period with 7:26 to go. Beacons have not established much offense. Thrown in front, bad turnover, puck still loose. Players on the ground, it ends up behind the net. Another costly defensive zone turnover for the Beacons. Wrist shot, hits a body in front, comes away and clears the zone. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments Lindsey Berman makes at the first intermission to see if she can get her team some more offensive chances, because really just no puck possession right now for UMass Boston. Out to the point, it's Armstrong. Throws it in deep, nobody there, racing to the corner to try to get it for the Beacons is Edie Moritz. She can't get there in time. Now Holy Cross sends it the length of the ice. Official's arm is up, and icing is waved off. Hard collision on the far side. Backhanded forward, caught in the legs, poked away. Trying to dangle through and keep herself on sides. A nice job with the stick, Sarah Stevens. Now the puck comes back out. Holy Cross just has to dump it in and retreat. 6:18 to go in the period. Still no score. There is a broken stick on the ice, and the face-off dot on the far side of the Beacons' defensive zone. To the near side to Harris. Harris carries it in on the backhand. Faces two defenders. Loses the puck. Slapped forward. And wide by Beauregard up into the netting. And the Beacons will get a face-off to the right of Marcia LaPlante. Is that the Harlem Shake? I haven't heard that in forever. This is what, 3-4 years ago that was the thing? The original mannequin challenge. Beacons win the face-off. D-to-D pass. Quickly poked away. They had McClellan at the point. Beacons able to keep it in momentarily. Now it pops out. Here come the Crusaders. 3-on-2 with speed. 2-on-2. One hangs back to the point. Thrown in front. Pass missed everyone. Now thrown on net. Knocked away. Hit the post. And a whistle. DePippo got the original one. A rebound came up and hit the top corner pipe. And it looks like Holy Cross will get a power play. Penalty is going to go on McClellan. Holy Cross's first power play chance of the game. They convert on about 16% of these opportunities this year, but the Beacons penalty kill, 91%. That's a great number. We'll see what they do here against a solid offensive team. And a great start right there as that shot attempt is blocked and knocked back by Edie Moritz. Holy Cross back into the zone momentarily. Beacons clear again. Puck comes back to center ice. Cross ice pass over to Scala. Scala to the backhand, now to the forehand behind the net. Up to the point, Hall. D-to-D pass, now down to the slot. Looking back up, that puck, it stayed in. And now a late call for offsides. Holy Cross not happy about it. Interrupting their momentum. That was Isabella Baggy up at the point who had the puck slip off her stick. 1:21 to go in the penalty. 4:59 to go in the period. Face-off won by the Crusaders. Backhanded in and around. Beacon's first one's there. We'll see if they just shoot it 200 feet. To the near side boards and trying to whip it out. It may have caught someone on the bench, but it stays in play. Holy Cross gifted, extending the possession. Hall with it. Over to Baggy. Thinks about the shot. Doesn't take it. Goes back to Hall. 52 seconds remaining. Back to Baggy. Now to the point to Giardi. Shot. To the corner and wide. Fight for it on the near side. Wrister from in front pops up over the net. Off to DePippo, who makes another save. Hall up to Gerard. Gerard with it. And the Beacons will have a chance to clear with 17 seconds left on the penalty. Eight seconds, Holy Cross. One last entry here on the man-up opportunity. Dangling behind his listener. Official's arm is up. Looks like the Beacons will go back down a player once they touch this puck up, and they will. So they kill the penalty off, but instantly it's going to be another one. It looked like there was a trip over on the far side. And heading to the box is Moritz, one of the best penalty killers for the Beacons. And Holy Cross, just like that, goes back up. This time with 3:28 to go in the period. Talked about them dominating possession before, now back-to-back power plays. But despite that, the shots even at 4 apiece. Beacons clear. Handled by Tori Messina. Messina now works its way down to the corner, back up to the point. Messina winds up for the slapper, shoots, knocked away. Waffle board save. Messina to the slot. Wrister goes wide. DePippo being challenged here on the second power play, and the Beacons clear it. 1:12 to go in the penalty, 2:38 to go in the period. Gathered in by Messina. And she waits behind her own net, now gets ready to go again. And that pass sails wide. Trying to throw it back down, but Holy Cross gathers it at center ice. Coming in backhand to forehand. Now behind the net. As Holy Cross changed up their defenseman. 40 seconds left on the penalty. Baggy backhanded pass down to the red line. Violette, she's dangerous from the slot, gives it up. Behind the net, and the Beacons take it away. Over to Hall. Wrister, saved by DePippo. Now out to the point. Gerard gives it off. East-west. To the point, Gerard. Slapper hit a body in front. And it's cleared out by the Beacons with 10 seconds left on the penalty. Moritz getting ready to come back in. Beacons try to send it one last time. It's deflected at center ice. And that one is offside. Set up to receive the pass was Elizabeth Scala in the zone before the puck got to her. 1:31 to go in the period. There's actually 3 seconds left on the penalty as the faceoff comes at center ice. Moritz getting ready to hop back over the boards. Holy Cross wins their 6th faceoff. They've won 6 of the 10. Moritz back on the ice, and we're back at full strength for the final minute 22 of this period. Behind the boards, it's Galucci. Gets it to the near side half boards. And Erica Lund. Lund trying to poke it out. Now this fourth wing pairing. Again, no fourth center dress for the Beacons. This shot's knocked away. Rebound hit with the stick. Coming back around are the Crusaders. Lost in front. DePippo's trying to find it. It goes back to the boards. Beacons again going with 11 forwards and 7 defensemen, so no center for the wing pairing of Lund and Chloe Austin. But getting some time on ice right now, 40 seconds to go in the period. Hops over the stick of number 12 for Holy Cross, Danielle Doherty. And with 30 seconds left, Beacon's trying to get one last chance. Instead, they push it forward. Holy Cross with it. 25 seconds to go. Here in the first frame, chasing it down is Morin Brown. She's beat to the puck by Tori Messina. Messina in the far side corner. 11 seconds left. Holy Cross looks content just to kill this off in their own zone. 8 seconds. Oh, almost a costly pass. If that's knocked down by Katie Jetter, she has a point-blank shot with nobody in front as the horn sounds to end a scoreless first period. Well, it was Holy Cross with the puck for most of the time. The shots, though, only 6-4 in favor of the Crusaders. Alyssa DePippo putting on a display there at times in the first period. 2 penalties Beacons had to kill off. Back-to-back power plays, really. One immediately after the other. The hand went up for the second penalty as soon as the first one ended. Beacons got a power play chance as well, but they could not convert the face-offs. Each team with 5 draws. Nobody's won more than 2 for either side. Julia Nolan is 2 of 3. I believe she's the only player in this game over 500. Edie Moritz is 2 of 2 as well. We are going to throw it to a break real quick. We'll be back with the highlights from the first period and more. Before we go to break, this first period intermission show is brought to you by Harbor Point Liquors. Get all your supplies for the game at Harbor Point Liquors. It's 0-0 here on the Beacon Broadcast Network. We'll be right back to recap that first period and look ahead and look around Beaconville. Keep it right here. This is Alex Barth. You're watching the Beacon Broadcast Network.
A little bit behind it. Super unique for Sibylin. Sibylin, nothing on the shot. Rebound tipped home by Daly. So full of trickery, nursery, rhyming, hickory, dickory, blowing that sour, the hood call it pickory, biggie, puffy, buster, victory. You ain't a pilot, you probably couldn't style it. Unless you was a stewardess, you won't know what to do with this. First I took the time out, then I put the time in. Money ain't everything, it's more about the timing. So I got the Audemars, flawless diamonds. In other words, that's called perfect timing. I feel like a favor, I feel like a savior. The clock on my neck, I feel like a flavor. I go so hard, with Lindsay scoring off the Sibylin run.
Welcome back to the Edward T. Berry Ice Rink here in Boston after a scoreless first period, which only saw 10 shots, 6 for the visitors and 4 for the home team. And as we kind of wrap up the winter season here, it was like 50 degrees out today. It's nice out. Starting to feel a little like spring. So as we wrap up the winter season here, let's take a look at the top 10 plays of winter break for the UMass Boston Beacons. I'm getting looks like we already did that, and we did. Okay, that's what happens when you go to get a glass of water. You miss everything. Just taking a look at the stats from that first period. 2 shots for Tori Messina. She leads her Holy Cross Crusaders. 2 shots for Emily Harris. She leads the Beacons. The total shots, actually, correction, 8-4. So 2 shots added there late, both to Holy Cross. Talked about the power plays. Crusaders 0 for 2. They got 2 shots on those. Those came back to back at the very end of the first period, coming at where is it here? Coming at 14-21 and 16-32. Beacons got a power play early, but could not convert. 8 saves so far for Alyssa DePippo and 4 saves for Marsha LaPlante. Talked about it at the face-off dot. Each team has won 5. Each team has lost 5. That's just kind of how it works. For the Holy Cross Crusaders, a couple players are 1-0, but nobody really putting up impressive numbers. For the Beacons, Edie Moritz is 2-0. Only one of 2 players in this game with multiple face-off wins. Elizabeth Scala has won 2, but she has also lost 3. Well, if you didn't see it, it was all over Nesson. They froze Fenway this year. Played some hockey in the Shout of the Green Monster. The Beacons were lucky enough to go and get a game in. Let's take a look.
Here we go.
Up to the lights right here, boys.
They call the rising sun, and it's been the ruin of many a poor boy. And God, I know I'm one.
No one can beat us at Fenway anywhere else, right?
Welcome back to the Edward T. Berry Ice Rink in Boston, Massachusetts. Look at that. It was a shame it didn't snow this year for Frozen Fenway. Makes it look kind of weird. Take a look around. Beaconville, I'd say men's hockey team is at Skidmore College tonight. It's a 7 p.m. game. Tomorrow, we have a doubleheader for you basketball. I'll be on the call. But first, tonight, Western Connecticut that was today, I believe, 1 o'clock. Oh, that's tomorrow, sorry. Tomorrow, Western Connecticut in town. We'll have that for you here on the Beacon Broadcast Network. Now move on to what's going on around the conference, NEHC. In the NEHC, Norwich, a 3-0 lead over Southern Maine. There where we are at the end of the first period. A lot of games going on tonight. Manhattanville, New England College, that's one of those teams that is announced today, will be leaving the NEHC. The whole full slate of games tonight around the conference. Now, got to thank the sponsors, of course. Today's game is brought to you by Applebee's. Half-price select apps from 9 p.m. to close. Applebee's. Also by Everett Chiropractic, Mutual Beef Company, The Beauty Bar, PS Gourmet, Primetime Lacrosse, Current Solutions Electric, Puritan Pizza, Verizon Wireless, East Bay Bar and Grill at Pine Hill Golf Course, Twin Peaks Construction, Interlink One. And that is it. So our thanks, of course, to them for making this whole broadcast possible. Now go back and take a look at the highlights of the first period. If you're just joining us, still a 0-0 game. A very defensive first period. So go figure, we start the highlights off here with one of Alyssa DePippo's 8 saves. Take a look at this one as Holy Cross came in the zone off a turnover. She was able to direct it far to the boards. More Holy Cross here later. Again, the scoring chances were coming because of some turnovers by the Beacons, but the puck thrown wide there, it fluttered. Here's another one from Holy Cross. This one came from the point towards the end of the period, and I believe this is what led to the first power play. And then here on the power play, a couple of those late saves from DePippo, knocking the puck away. And that kept it 0-0 where we're at. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get into the second period. Keep it here on the Beacon Broadcast Network.
The University of Massachusetts Boston. It's just minutes from downtown, and the Princeton Review calls it one of the best values in the country. A nationally recognized institution of academic excellence and research, UMass Boston offers more than 150 undergraduate and graduate programs, 16 Division III sports, and more than 100 student organizations. To learn more about the opportunities waiting for you at UMass Boston, visit in person or online. UMass Boston, a research university with a teaching soul.
And we're back getting ready for the second period. 3:35 to go till the teams retake the ice here. So we look at the UMass Beacons. It'll be interesting to see what head coach Lindsey Berman does, because to score goals, generally believed, you need to possess the puck. And the Beacons struggled to do that mightily in the first period. Attacking zone time was pretty much all Holy Cross. Part in thanks to those 2 penalties at the end, but even before that, Beacons were struggling just to get the puck out of the zone. Meanwhile, for Holy Cross, only 8 shots after they had the puck as much as they did. Might see them be a little more trigger happy here as we get into the second period. Again, Holy Cross 0 for 2 on the power play. They did get off a couple of shots. The Beacons had one power play that really just was not their best. Didn't even get a shot off. Face-offs are a draw, 5-5. But talked about these goalies before the game. Marsha LaPlante and Alyssa DePippo. Both not the starting goaltenders, but both are 5-0. Both underclassmen. LaPlante a freshman, DePippo a sophomore. And both have played well in limited opportunities. See DePippo better overall with that goals against average. The continued body of work, sub-1. But 2 shutouts in just 5 tries for LaPlante. That's not something you see very often. That's a very high rate of shutouts to games played. Full save percentages up at or over 94%. So expect these two to continue to duel it out as we get into the second period. Here again for updates on this game for the basketball doubleheader tomorrow for everything UMass Boston Athletics. You can find us online. We're all over the place. Kind of hard to miss us. BeaconsAthletics.com is the homepage. You can find us on Facebook, UMass Beacons, on Twitter at UMass Beacons. We're on YouTube and Instagram as well, all over the place. But again, beaconsathletics.com is the place to find it all. Recap of this game, highlights, previews for the future, standings, and more. On beaconsathletics.com, you can find all the Beacon Broadcast Network games right there. Holy Cross has retaken their bench. They are out. UMass Boston just emerging from the tunnel as we speak on the far side of the rink. Officials getting things ready. Again, the officials for today's game, referees Tim Crowley and Tim Kerrigan. The linesmen are John Murray and Will Thomas. When these teams met last year, it was a 3-2 Holy Cross win in Worcester. So far today, not the same offensive game we saw last time out. Holy Cross retakes the ice first. They are wearing purple jerseys with white numbers and white trim. They will switch sides, now moving left to right across the screen. Beacons in their home whites, blue numbers, blue trim. They will move right to left, both teams keeping the same goaltenders. Why wouldn't you? Say nothing game. Elizabeth Scala back out, first line for Holy Cross, no surprise. They will take the draw for the Crusaders. Marin Brown at the dot for the Beacons, and Holy Cross wins the draw. We're underway in what will probably be a decisive second period. Brown out to the far side, puck tied up, and Holy Cross punches it forward. Alyssa Gallucci has it, backhands it in the corner. Beacons pick it up, and here they come. Carrying it in is Brown. Brown leaves it for Beauregard. Beauregard wasn't there. Holy Cross able to tap it back out. Interesting, though, to see UMass Boston carry into the zone. They were passing over the blue line in the first period. Maybe an opportunity there, they think, to get a little more puck possession. Taken in by Gallucci. Gallucci throws it off the near side boards, looking for Beauregard, who has it. Coming in, shot gloved by LaPlante, and whistle blows. Face-off will come to the goaltenders. It looks like to the goaltenders' right. Both teams change up all five. In to take the draw, Emily Lissner for Holy Cross, and winning the draw for the Beacons is Julia Nolan. Backhanded in by Kat Armstrong behind the net. Poked out by Holy Cross. It's a race for the puck as they head down to the corner. And icing is called. Beacons will get another offensive zone face-off with 18:55 to go in the second period. Same duo, Lissner and Nolan. One backwards by Nolan. Thrown underneath Embry. There for the boards, pokes it back, but Holy Cross grabs it. Ice a little less slanted here in this period. Neither team yet to record a shot. Reaching out for it is Embry. She's able to control it. Gets it back to Nolan. Nolan has it poked away. Holy Cross with it. Crusaders cross ice pass. Leaves it for Riley. Riley's pass to no one. Gathered by Armstrong. Tied up 2-on-1 out to the point. Gillis. Fires a wrister, flutters in, save made with the leg pad to DePippo. Behind the net. Out to the point to Messina. Messina over to Gillis. Gillis down to the red line. Wrapped back around. Armstrong there to intercept. Puck grabbed by Messina, thrown up the ice. Poked forward from the ground by Brie Colucci. Colucci's going to wind up with this puck in the corner. Shuffles it forward to Rachel Peacock. Taken away by Holy Cross. And Doherty loses it. Beacon's trying to get to this one. Tangled up on the far side. And Banciani pushes it forward. Holy Cross coming back the other way. Ashman. Ashman with it behind the net. Sends it out to the point. Blue line to blue line. Shot is blocked in front. Katie Berry gets in front of it. Sent to the far side half boards. Defenseman with it again. Baggy shot. Save made. Now over to Gellner. Jackie Gellner fires into the glove. Into the catching glove of DePippo. She can't handle it, but she saves it. Rebound shot. No, it didn't go in, off the side of the net. Sticks were up, ready to celebrate. We stay scoreless. Thrown in front. DePippo falls on it. And the Crusaders bench wants an explanation on why they're not leading 1-0 right now. Looked like it hit off the inside of the left post and popped out. Somebody late coming off for the Beacons as that puck was dropped a little prematurely. That's Katie Jetterly to get to the bench. We'll do it again. Riding up off the glass and into the netting. Another face-off coming for the Beacons. Come to the same spot to DePippo's right. Beacons have done much better at the dot. Not they were doing poorly. It was split 500, but much better at the dot this period. Believe they won every face-off so far in this frame. And DePippo covers again. 15:57 to go in the second period. Beacons change 5. Holy Cross will keep their D pair on. It's their top pair of Hall and Young. They'll change out the forwards. And it looks like they'll get their top line on the ice as well, trying to create here with this opportunity. 2 offensive zone faceoffs, and it'll be 3 as DePippo covers again. Now up to 12 saves. Back to the dot we go. Brown and Scala. Won by Scala. Down to the red line, hops up over the stick of Violette. Out to the point to Hall. Hall fires the wrister off the end boards. Echoes throughout the building. Wayward pass taken away by the Beacons. Turned back over. Dangling in front. Shot save made to DePippo. Beacons have had quite a few costly defensive zone turnovers, or should have been costly, have yet to come back to bite them. And the Beacons finally clear the puck. Although this may go for icing. No, it's waved off. Holy Cross catches up to it. That's Victoria Young. Beacons able to keep the puck in the zone. Up ahead to Violette. Holy Cross's leading scorer carries it in with the defender on her back. Leaves it for Elizabeth Scala. Scala loses the puck behind the net, and the Beacons get it back. 14:52 to go in the period. Grabbed by Jetter. Around the back, Beacons will change. And the Crusaders clear. Gerard dangles by one defender. Out to the point. Carried in front, knocked away. Bianchini pokes the puck backwards, but away from the attacker. Beacon still trying to clear here. Again, the ice has been slanted in this period, all Holy Cross, especially the last 3 or 4 minutes. Dangerous puck thrown in front. Beacons threw it in front of their own net, but it's poked away by Bianchini. A race for it. Holy Cross is going to get to it, but the Beacons do manage to clear and get themselves a breather. Lizzie Saxer giving chase. Throws it up off the glass. Behind the net is Saxer. Beacons trying to get this one away. Off the far side boards, hops over, sticking out. Now taken by the Beacons. Here they come. Right up the middle, slap shot deflected, hit off a body. That was Kat Armstrong. Now it's Holy Cross coming in. Backhanded shuffle thrown up high into the shoulder of Alyssa DePippo, and she makes the save there. 12:50 to go in the period, and all the skaters come in to pay her some respects, as they should. DePippo so far has made 14 saves. Meanwhile, the Beacons with just 5 shots. Try to get it back to their defensemen, do the Crusaders, and it clears the zone. Victoria Young with it, tries to throw it in. It's taken by UMass Boston. Pops off a stick and forward. Rachel Peacock fighting for it. Backhanded in front, pass to no one. Julia Nolan closing in on the puck behind the net. She's tied up by 2 Crusaders, thrown in front, tipped away by the defense. 12:17 to go in the period. Wrister right into the gut of DePippo, and she falls on it. She'll take another defensive zone draw. 12:11 remaining here in the second period. Still no score. You're watching Friday afternoon, almost Friday evening hockey on the Beacon Broadcast Network. I am Alex Parth. Thank you for starting your weekend with us here at UMass Boston. Lucky enough, tuned into a great game. We're just about halfway through. Still no score. Fired diagonally east to west. Now to the middle, trails away a bit. Beacons trying to clear it again. Puck right up against the boards, just in the zone for Holy Cross, and it pops back up over a stick and out. That was Tori Messina trying to pinch. Back in, back out it goes. Grabbed in front of the Holy Cross bench by the Beacons. Tied up and unable to pursue the puck is Morin Brown. That pass is deflected. Harris turns it over. Into the zone, thrown in front and away from the net, looking in front for Mauve Riley. McClellan tries to clear it out, pokes it away, now regathered. Players to the ground, and this looks like a penalty on the Beacons, perhaps. Or no, on Holy Cross. Or it's a hand pass, not a penalty, a hand pass. So the Beacons will get an offensive zone face-off. Saw the official point to the bench. I'm not sure why. Crusaders take that draw. Each team has won 10. Carried in by Scala. Scala charging on net, fires top corner, she scores. Elizabeth Scala, coast to coast, her 8th of the season. And it's 1-0, Holy Cross. Not much DePippo could do there, picked the corner perfectly. And we'll wait to see on the assists. Now it's UMass Boston coming the other way. Save made by LaPlante. They almost answered. It came on the 16th shot of the afternoon by Holy Cross. The 21st shot overall. And the Scala goal unassisted. UMass Boston trying to answer. Rachel Peacock throws it off the net and it's knocked wide. Pass in front is tipped away. Colucci grabs it, but now Holy Cross takes it back. Charging in again is Scala. She lifts that one up over the net. So it's Scala unassisted to give Holy Cross the lead here in the second period. You knew it was bound to break eventually. We'll see if Holy Cross goes into a bit of a shell here and tries to win this one 1-0. Not if you're turning it over like that. Turning and firing is Scala, but it goes wide. See if the Beacons get some more chances offensively. Thrown in front, poked away, knocked away again. Defense coming to the aid of DePippo. DePippo makes a stave, sticks her right leg out. 9:18 to go in the period of a 1-0 game. From in front, backhands around DePippo, full extension, falls on the puck. 9:12 to play in the second. Face off to DePippo's right, won by Holy Cross. Back to the point, winding up slap shot, doesn't even get on net, and it's taken away by the Beaks. Up ahead, trying to get Harrison stride, pass a little too much. Thrown around off the back boards, Beauregard giving chase. Comes out to the defense to Jetter. Jetter pokes it forward. Beauregard takes it away. Still in the zone. Holy Cross still unable to clear. Harris chases it down to the corner, wrapped around the end boards. Jetter there to pressure. It's stolen by Holy Cross, but kept in and now finally out. Harris had it fall off her stick. Self pass from number 20, Julian Nolan. Nolan dangles in front, throws it off the backhand. Rebound ends up behind the net. I don't even know if that puck hit LaPlante, but two great chances. And a whistle. Looks like we are going to have, it's going to be a penalty. Just waiting on the call. It will be against Holy Cross. It's on number 5, Hannah Gillis. She might have grabbed a stick. Time for the Beacons' second power play of the game. They're 0 for 1. Did not record a shot the first time around. Diving out to make the save and poked away is LaPlante after the Beacons win the initial faceoff. 8:15 to go on the penalty. Brown up to the point. One-timer misses wide. Holy Cross able to clear it. Just over 8 minutes to go in the period. McClellan is there, gets it around to the back corner. On the last power play, Holy Cross had more shots than the Beacons did, and it looks like they'll keep the pressure up again here. Although now they quickly fall back as the Beacons bring the puck over the center line. Bianchini skates in with it. She's tied up in the corner. Brown and Bianchini surrounding Holy Cross players, trying to get the puck back. But the Crusaders clear again. Galucci gathers it in, throws it in front of the Beacons bench as UMass Boston will change. Here are the Beacons trying to get it back out to the defense. A little bit of confusion. A cross over to Harris. Harris up to the point. Armstrong thought about the blast, doesn't take it. To the near side. Emily Harris with it. Harris around the back. And Holy Cross takes it away. Thrown in front, nobody there for it. Out to Armstrong. Will she tee it up? Yes, she will. The shot hits a body in front. Poked forward by the Beacons, still in. Now past Armstrong and out. 25 seconds to go in the penalty. 6:46 to go in the period. And the frustration starting to show on the Beacon special teams. Down the ice with 15 seconds left. If the Beacons want one last rush, they'll have to be quick. But the puck inadvertently hits off the ankle of Emily Harris with 5 seconds to go. It looks like Holy Cross has killed off this penalty. And we are back at full strength. Out of the box comes Hannah Gillis. Thrown off the near boards, but doesn't get into the zone. Holy Cross grabs it, coming the other way. Backhand to the front hand. Carrying the puck in goes the defenseman Victoria Young. Gets it back out to the point. Slap shot, bomb. It hit off her own player. The deflection sent the puck wide. Thrown off the blocker glove and up. Didn't get into the netting. 5:44 left. Up to Bianchini. Backhanded into the zone. Nobody there. Puck, they were looking for the breakout pass to Mathias, Julie Mathias, but it just overshot her. D-to-D passes. Hannah Gillis comes out with it. Fires it wide off the end boards, trying to poke it out as Beauregard. One of the Beacon's leading scorers has been quiet tonight, as has most offensive players in this game, but Beauregard really has not touched the puck much. D-to-D pass. Messina fires a shot. Save made. Rebound goes wide. Thrown up ahead. Did it pop into the bench? No, it's still loose. It's still out there. Holy Cross puts it back into their zone with 4:27 to go in the period. And now jumping on a chance, it's Julie Nolan. Nolan carries it on the backhand and it's poked away. Nolan finds it in the corner, throws it in front. Shot just missed. Beacon's applying a little bit of pressure here, though. First time in a couple minutes. Around the end boards, they're closing is Embry. The second line of Embry, Nolan, and Peacock has been the most potent offensive line of the game for sure for the Beacons, and they're trying to put one in here. McClellan fighting to keep the puck in. It's a six-man battle. McClellan pokes it forward, and the Beacons able to keep it. And now Embry loses it, and Holy Cross clears. Sent down the ice, no icing. Is waved off before puck crossed the blue line. This is Lizzie Saxer. Saxer has it taken away now at the point. Wrist shot deflected wide. Just over 3 minutes to go in the period. Beacon's trying to tie it up. It's a 1-0 Holy Cross lead. Embry clears the zone. Beacon's defense now getting a little more aggressive. Peacock with the self-pass. She enters the zone. Draws the double team, has the puck taken away. Closing quickly is Emily Harris on the pass, and she was at least able to disrupt it. But it's still Holy Cross with the puck, and they clear. Lost at the feet of Sam Gerard. 2.5 minutes to go in the period. Hits off an official, takes a UMass Boston hop. And now scuttles to the near side. Skull already with one goal, trying to fight through the double team. Out to the point. From the dot, wrist shot, not on net. Behind the net, puck now on top of the netting, it's off. And Brown able to throw it away. Under 2 minutes to go here in the second period. Holy Cross with a 1-0 lead. The goal came in this period. Just about halfway through, it was Emily Scala on a breakaway unassisted. Out to the point, thrown to the half boards. Separated from the puck. The Beacons again able to get the puck, but having some trouble clearing. And now it's popped out by Emily Harris. Around comes Erin Hall. Hall all the way around the zone. Leaves it for Lissner. And Lissner has it taken away. 1:14 to go. In front, Lissner. Shot. Knocked down. Rebound. Players on the ground. Scrum in front of the net. Puck is still loose. Still loose. Pops out. Holy Cross has it. Fire back in towards the net and hits off the end boards. Under a minute to play. Moved forward by UMass Boston. Emily Harris taps it into the zone. LaPlante controls, gets it to her defense. 38 seconds to go. Scala with it again. Loses it off the backhand in front off a turnover. It's wide. Beacon send it around and almost out. Kept it in front of the Holy Cross bench. 22 seconds remaining. Scala in front. There's a shot. Save made by Alyssa DePippo. Keeps it a 1-0 game. The sophomore from Pittsburgh has been outstanding tonight. She keeps another one out of the net. That is the 22nd save of the night for DePippo. 9 for Marsha LaPlante, but she's a perfect 9 for 9. 10 seconds to go in the period. Holy Cross looking for one last shot. Fired towards the cage, fires wide, 3 seconds to go. And that should do it here for the second period as we make the turn for home. It's Holy Cross 1, UMass Boston 0. And the Beacons a little bit better that period in puck possession, but they again had some stretches where they had trouble getting any offense going. And you see the shots, how one-sided it is. Holy Cross has just dominated so far in terms of possessing the puck. Beacon's defense has been good. Alyssa DePippo has been great. Has stopped 22 of 23 shots. Meanwhile, the faceoffs stay about even. Each team now 0 for 2 on the power play after the Beacons couldn't convert on one earlier. We're going to throw to a break real quick. The second period intermission is brought to you by Ricky and Jody Lunn. Some dream of success, others wake up for it every day and work hard at it. Go Beacons. Have a great season. Again, that's Ricky and Jody Lunn with the message. We're going to step away real quick. It's Holy Cross 1, UMass Beacons 0. Keep right here. You're watching the Beacon Broadcast Network. Back here at the Edward T. Berry Ice Rink in Boston, taking a look back at that second period, and we had the first goal of the game as Holy Cross takes a 1-0 lead. Elizabeth Scala unassisted for the senior, her 8th goal of the season, her 17th point. And really it all just kind of comes down to zone time at this point, as the Beacons have not been able to get off as many shots as they would like because they really just haven't had the puck. This is a team that shoots the puck normally over 30 times a game, but right now just 9 shots for UMass Boston as opposed to 23 for Holy Cross. As there we go, the page a little slow getting set. Technology can be tough sometimes, you know how it is. Alyssa DePippo has been great despite the 1-0 deficit. Stopped 22 of the 23 shots she's faced. Both teams more or less even at the face-off dot. Elizabeth Scholes won 6 for Holy Cross. She's won 6, lost 4. Julie Nolan, the same numbers for UMass Boston. Overall 13 won by Holy Cross, 12-1 by the Beacons. The power plays, both teams 0 for 2, just one penalty in that last period. It's UMass Boston. They still have yet to record a shot on the power play. Holy Cross, no power plays, like I just mentioned, in the second period. We now take a look around Beaconville, and the stats brought to you by Max. Second period statistics. Now take a look around Beaconville. Men's hockey at Southern Maine tonight. 7 p.m. games. They're probably just getting set now to go through the pre-game warm-ups, arriving at the rink, etc. And a doubleheader for you tomorrow. Have it for you right here. Men's and women's basketball hosting Keene State in a couple of big games in the middle of the standings as playoff picture starts to take shape. A couple teams looking to kick some losing streaks, so make sure you join us for that one. Well, you just saw before we came back from break, UMass Boston women's basketball, an inter-system matchup against UMass Dartmouth from Wednesday. Men's basketball followed that up in a high-scoring affair. Let's take a look at the highlights. We're back. And again, that was the UMass Boston men's basketball team. You can catch them tomorrow. Part of a doubleheader here on the Beacon Broadcast Network. The women take on Keene State at 1 o'clock, the men at 3 o'clock, or 20 minutes following the first game. For information on those games and all things Beacons Athletics, visit beaconsathletics.com. Also on Facebook, Twitter, at UMass Beacons, YouTube, and Instagram. We take a look around the conference now. What's going on in the NEHC? Norwich with a 3-1 lead over Southern Maine. They are through 2 periods just like us. Nichols College hosting game. They're probably getting underway as we speak about, or no, 4:40. It's 4 o'clock here on the East Coast. So they'll be underway in about an hour. And the rest of the games tonight, Manhattanville at New England College. St. Aslam will visit St. Michael's. Castleton takes on the University of New England, and Plymouth State will visit Franklin Pierce at 7:30 as everything's kind of tight right now at the top of the conference. You have 6 teams kind of all within earshot of first place. Both of these teams involved in that. St. Aslam alone in first at 10-1. Norwich is 8-1. Holy Cross 8-2. And you have tied for fourth Manhattanville, Franklin Pierce, and UMass Boston. And there we go, right on cue, the conference standings. Thank you to our terrific production team for being one step ahead of where I am. We're going to step aside real quick. When we come back, we'll take a look back at the first 2 periods and get ready for the exciting third. Keep right here. It's Holy Cross 1, UMass Boston nothing. I am Alex Barth. You are watching the Beacon Broadcast Network. Welcome back to the Edward T. Berry Ice Rink here in Boston. We're getting ready for the third period. Make sure after the game to stay tuned for the Beacon Broadcast Network post-game show. We'll have our 3 stars of the game, and head coach Lindsey Berman will join us to talk about what, no matter what happens here in this third period, will probably end up being a close one, a nail-biter. Speaking of which, let's take a look back at what got us here, a 1-0 game through 2 periods. And we start off with Alyssa DePippo, who I was told during the break by Seth Orensky, the SID here at UMass Boston, has reached a career-high 22 saves. And here are a couple of the sophomores' stops. This one coming early in the period, off a redirection. Couple more early period stops. See this one coming from the point. She's able to get the leg pad out and make the save. And again, still in the first half of that second period. This one off the backhand right up into the shoulder. But right around the 10-minute mark, Elizabeth Scala got loose on a breakaway. You're going to see it here. And is able to just pick the top corner. Not much DePippo can do about that one. That is our lone goal of the game. And then Marissa LaPlante, who quietly is on her way to her 3rd shutout of the year, was able to snap this one. That's one of her 9 saves. And then Holy Cross would have a couple more opportunities late in the period. They controlled the puck for just about the majority of the final 5 minutes of the period. They may have had it in the zone for 4 and change. And a couple late scoring chances for them there, ending with this nice DePippo save, and that leaves us 1-0 where we're at right now. Before we get it going, a couple people we need to thank for making this broadcast possible. First off, this broadcast is brought to you by Applebee's, with half-price apps from 9 to close after the game. Game is also brought to you by Everett Chiropractic, Mutual Beef Company, The Beauty Bar, PS Gourmet, as well as Primetime Lacrosse, Current Solutions Electric, Puritan Pizza, Verizon Wireless, and East Bay Grill at the Pine Hill Golf Course, Twin Peaks Construction, and Interlink One Incorporated. We thank them for allowing us to bring you this game, and of course everybody here at UMass Boston making this broadcast possible. Thanks you. We are going to step aside one more time when we come back. The third period, the exciting conclusion of this one. Keep it here. You're watching Holy Cross and UMass Boston Women's Hockey on the Beacon Broadcast Network.
The 5-campus UMass system is the university that educates the workforce of Massachusetts. We recognize that we are truly here for a reason, and that recognition inspires us and drives us every single day.
UMass Boston is my first choice because of the incredible theater department.
Because it has an excellent honors college.
Because here I get to interact with professors one-on-one.
Because I'm not going to be crazy in debt when I graduate.
Because at UMass Boston, I've met professors who have changed my life.
My first choice.
My first choice.
My first choice.
My first choice.
Make the University of Massachusetts Boston your first choice. Visit umb.edu/first choice.
Paris changed my life, and I got there through UMass. Those very specific seminal moments in Paris. The subway. A man in a tuxedo walked in, and a woman in a long gown. And it was stunning. It all hit me. It was like a lightning bolt. There was this world of beauty and style that I wanted to be a part of. That was the beginning of the journey. And that all came through the University of Massachusetts. And that was really a key moment for me. That's one of those moments you never forget.
The University of Massachusetts Boston. It's just minutes from downtown, and the Princeton Review calls it one of the best values in the country. A nationally recognized institution of academic excellence and research, UMass Boston offers more than 150 undergraduate and graduate programs, 16 Division III sports, and more than 100 student organizations. To learn more about the opportunities waiting for you at UMass Boston, visit in person or online. UMass Boston, a research university with a teaching soul.
Celebrate the soggy shoes and the slow starts. Celebrate the lessons learned along the way. These are the wins. Not the shiny, nail-biting kind. These are the last a lifetime kind.
Welcome back. Third period action about to get underway here at the Edward T. Berry Ice Rink. Beacons will need at least one to force overtime, two to win it. As they trail Holy Cross 1-0 in a crucial game in the standings. Both these teams right next to each other inside the top four. Go back to how it was the first period. Beacons will move left to right across your screen. They are wearing their white jerseys with blue trim and blue numbers. Holy Cross wearing their purple jerseys with white trim and white numbers. They will move right to left. Teams, no surprise, send out the same goaltenders. Alyssa DePippo, career high 22 saves on 23 shots faced. On the other side, Marshall LaPlante has stopped all 9 shots she has seen. Holy Cross wins the opening faceoff. And away we go. Fresh sheet of ice as the Beacons fight for the puck in the corner. Expect them to get aggressive here early and often in this period in front. The puck goes wide. So again, it's Holy Cross controlling early. Talk about the shot discrepancy, and that pretty much paints the picture of this game. Fighting for the puck in the corner, trying to backhand it out and away is Ariel Gallucci. But Holy Cross maintains possession. All the way around it comes to the far side half boards, thrown up and into the netting. Face-off will come outside of the zone. Both teams change all 5. A minute into the period. It will be Nolan and Listener on the draw, and it's won by Nolan. Listener gains control, though, after a scrum. Carries it in on the backhand, poked away in front of the Beacon bench. Now trying to dangle her away in front is Matthias. Still with it on the red line, backhands it out to the defense. One-time slap shot, doesn't get on net. Trying to dig it out of the corner. Kept in. And around the back to Lisner. Nolan is there. Nolan comes out with it, shoots it up diagonally over the blue line. But Holy Cross quickly puts it back in. Pass to no one. Crusaders mid-change. Nolan shuffles it into the Beacons offensive zone, but a change for the blue and white. Grinding forward in the corner. Beacons come up with it. Calling for the puck in front. Pass went wide. Edie Moritz was point blank on the goaltender, but they couldn't get to the puck. Holy Cross quickly back down the other way. 17:41 to go in the period. The Beacons in the second period had made a habit of carrying the puck into the zone instead of passing it into the zone. It worked for them early, but then they kind of went away from it. It'll be interesting to see if they go back to it here. With 17:22 remaining in regulation in a 1-0 Holy Cross lead. Puck dribbles off the back of the net. Controlled back there by Messina. Now taken by the Beacons. Up to the point. Grace Fisher loses it. Holy Cross might have a break, but the Beacons were lucky. Their other defenseman was changing out, so somebody was back there waiting. It was Ariel Gallucci to clean up the mess. Pass misses Morin Brown. Now throw near side to Emily Harris. Harris has her puck knocked away. It seems like every time UMass Boston gets the puck, Holy Cross has 2 defenders there. No matter where on the ice, how quickly the puck changes hands, Holy Cross is able to double team. Over to Harris. Harris's pass overshoots Rachel Peacock as the Beacons were temporarily playing with mixed lines. Off the end boards, McClellan gathers. Big hit on Julie Nolan as she was trying to carry the puck in. Now it's grabbed by McClellan. McClellan's wrister is popped up into the net. With 16 minutes to go, the Beacons will take the draw. It looks like outside of the zone. And now players moving in, so it will in fact be an offensive zone faceoff for UMass Boston to the right of the goaltender LaPlante. Beacons have won 14 of 27 draws to this point. And a penalty called on the back end of that play. Beacons will go on the power play here. Their third of the game, they're 0 for 2. They've yet to record a shot. Looks like that's Victoria Young in the box. Or no, it's Sam Gerard. So Gerard goes, and the Beacons will need to convert here on this power play. To the near side to Beauregard. Hops over his stick. They're trying to get it out to the point. To Kat Armstrong. 1:27 remaining in the penalty. 15:25 remaining in the period. Holy Cross has 2 shots on the penalty kill today. Again, the Beacons no shots on the power play. They need to change that here if they want to get back into this game, tie it up. This could go a huge way, not necessarily scoring, but just getting momentum. This one rolling toward the Beacon net. Kat Armstrong carries through center ice, gives it off to McClellan. McClellan to Brown. Brown skating in, wrister up off the glove. Oh, it's loose in front. Nobody there to tap it home. Holy Cross clears. LaPlante did not get all that puck. It was loose in the air. But nobody there on the doorstep to tap it home. 27 seconds remaining on the penalty. Embry runs it down to the corner. Out to the point to McClellan. Centering pass, nobody in front of the net to receive it. And now it's Holy Cross. Up ahead, but McClellan breaks it up. 5 seconds remaining on the penalty. 14 minutes remaining in the period. And that makes UMass Boston 0 for 3, but they did get a shot off this time. Dangling in out of the penalty box came Gerard. Save made, another one for DePippo. Make that 23. And an offsides is called. 13:32 going in regulation. The Beacons need to get some sort of offense going, mustering just 1 shot on that last power play. In the last period, being outshot 15-5. Thrown across over the stick of Harris. She chases it down. Emily Harris into the zone, and she's separated from the puck. Fired up to Sarah Stevens. Now carried in by Doherty. Doherty has the puck knocked away by Saxer. Behind the net, it's Stevens. To Doherty, up to the point. Kept in past the near side. Baggy fires a slap shot. It's another save made by DePippo. Kept in by Baggy. She has to fight to keep possession, though. Has it, wheels back around. Calling for it on the far side. Pass to the middle, thrown in front. Poked away by the Beacons. Didn't realize in time. Puck kept in once again by Baggy. She throws it to the corner. And Holy Cross changing their line. Forward line. Defenseman will stay. Cleared out of the zone. Cheddar trying to get her way to the puck. Wrist shot from outside the point. Goes wide, couldn't get it on net. Again closing the leg pads is DePippo. She makes another save. Now tied up is Moritz. Puck comes out with Holy Cross again, just killing the attacking zone time, not allowing UMass Boston to get to the puck. Fires a wrist shot, hits off the inside of the post. Again, no goal. Second time this game, Holy Cross has rung the post. Looked like it went in, but it popped back out off the inside. 11:20 to go in regulation. A tense moment for the Beacons. Still needing just one goal thanks to their goaltender keeping them in the game to extend this one. Slap shot from Hall, high off the glass. Scrum behind the net. To the point, Young wrist shot from the blue line is wide. Hall cleans it up, fires her own wrist shot, ends up behind the net. That may have been a pass. Did that puck come out? No, it did not. Dangling her way in front. Oh, look at this. Is that going to be a hooking? Official's arm is up. It'll be a hook or a trip or something. Holy Cross is going to get a power play here. Mauve Riley did a great job just getting herself in front in that position. And drew the penalty. If not, she would have had a point-blank shot. To the box goes Julie Nolan. Holy Cross is 0 for 2 on the power play. They have just 2 shots combined. This is their first man-up opportunity since the first period. Baggy carries at the blue line. Gives it to Hall. Back to Baggy, winds up one-timer, she scores! And that may be enough. The 27th shot of the game for Holy Cross. Baggy gets it to go, and it's 2-0 Crusaders. Hall will get an assist. I'm not sure if there will be any other assists. I don't believe there will be. That is Baggy's 3rd goal of the season, her 4th point. The senior from Brantford, Connecticut. And like I said, Hall gets the assist. Captain to captain on that one. But now here comes UMass Boston the other way. Wrist shot hit by a defender. Brown fires it up. And leg save made. Secondary assist goes to Kara Viette. That is her 13th assist of the year, her 25th point. And the leading scorer for Holy Cross extends that lead. And we are now at 2-0. See if UMass Boston really turns it on here and gets aggressive. Rachel Peacock with the physical play to separate the puck at the half boards. That one's tapped out to Embry. Embry looking for space. Try to get it up to Peacock. Pass was just a bit wide. Peacock trying to get ahead with it. Instead, it's Holy Cross with possession. Stevens now loses it. Behind the net there to gather is Galucci. Beacons clear. Up ahead, a little confusion about who had the puck for UMass Boston. And because of that confusion, they had to dump it in to avoid the offsides. 8 minutes to go in the period. Poked out, hacking at it was Katie Barry. Holy Cross with behind the net, now up ahead. It's taken away by UMass Boston. Scoring chance perhaps. No, Holy Cross gets it back. For a second, it looked like Moritz was going to be able to wheel herself in front with a chance to shoot. It's the Crusaders. Kelsey Goodstreet. Barry to it. And an offsides is called. 7:28 to go in the period. 2-0 now. Holy Cross on top. Face-off will come just outside of the zone. Listener. And trying to tell who that is for the Beacons. It's Morin Brown. Won by Listener. And the Beacons able to take the puck away. Carried in. Couple players go down. There will be a penalty. Heading to the box for Holy Cross is number 6, Emily Hall. Beacons will get a 4th chance on the power play. A chance to answer the Holy Cross power play goal. Scored by Baggy. Just a couple minutes ago. Holy Cross starts by clearing the puck. Comes with just over 7 minutes to go in the period, and the Beacons probably need to capitalize here. If not, there's going to be 5 minutes to go in the game, and they'll be facing a 2-0 deficit. This is a must-score power play. That puck is sent over the blue line and down. Out of her net to play it is DePippo. She had to, as closing in on the puck was Mathias. She would have had a play on it. Here come the Beacons up the far side. It's Harris. Harris gets bodied and loses the puck. In to clean it up is Beauregard. She grabs it in the corner, looking out towards the point. And they tried to get it a little too fancy on the passing. Tried to get it to Bianchini. She wasn't ready. It hit off her skate and went out of the zone. Now Bianchini has it poked away again. McClellan behind the net waiting. Backhanded over to Moritz. And the puck sent down the other way. 38 seconds remaining on the penalty. 5:48 remaining in the game. Trying to tuck it around the corner there, and another save for DePippo. She continues to extend that career high, make it 26. .5:39 to go in the period, 26 seconds remaining on the penalty. Beacons get a change as they will take a defensive zone draw. This is exactly what you don't want to do. This will make coaches lose their hair. Defensive zone draws on power plays. No reason to put yourself in that position. Here comes Embry. Crowd wants a whistle. It looks like they might just get an offsides. No, back in the box. It is another penalty. So the Beacons will go 5-on-3. It's the second penalty of the game on Hannah Gillis. They'll go 5-on-3 for 18 seconds and then have another 2 minutes. So if you can score quickly, you then get the power play after, but it looks like Holy Cross is going to prevent that. They clear it here with 10 seconds on the clock. It would have to be something spectacular. 5:21 to go in the period. It's a tripping penalty on Gillis. Beacons coming back the other way. Out of the box comes Hall. popped up into the netting. Beacons will get an offensive zone draw. Now over 4 on the power play and waiting on the result of this one. 1:37 to go with 5:07 on the clock. Around the back, grabbed by Gellner. Taken by McClellan up ahead, taps it off the back. Now Bianchi with it. 1:10 remaining on the power play. Beacons need to get the puck in the zone. Here comes Holy Cross. Gliding in through 3 defenders and just pushes it to the corner. Does Violette. The junior picked up her 25th point of the year on an assist on that power play goal earlier in the period. Beacons come out with it. 50 seconds remaining on the power play. Holy Cross keeps it in. That's Jackie Gellner pinching. Bianchi lays it off the glass. Wanted Moritz, but Holy Cross able to send it back down again. 30 seconds remaining on the power play. 4 minutes remaining in the game. Beacons need to score, and they need to score quick. Trying to wrist it on in with Stevens. Defense was too strong. 5 seconds remaining on the penalty. DDD pass to Young. Young fires a wrister. Save made with the blocker. 3:28 to go. Skating back onto the ice is Gillis. And we're at full strength. Coming up the wing is Harris. Harris showing off the speed. Goes to the backhand, trying to get space, throws it in front. Expecting somebody to be there, but it was just purple jerseys waiting. And they clear the puck out once again. Here comes Morin Brown now. Her shot is deflected by Emily Hall. Brown behind the net, pushes it up to Colucci. And Colucci loses it, gets tied up. Down off the end boards with 2:45 remaining. Backhanded off the sideboards, thrown across. Wristed forwards. Thrown towards the net, but it's deflected wide. Hannah Gillis clears it out. Behind the net is Bianchini as we hit 2 minutes to go. DePippo still in the net. Holy Cross looking to clear once again, 1:40 to go. Thrown back around, big collision, open ice hit. Firing a shot and scoring is Scala. Off the loose puck, the broken play, her second goal of the game, the third for Holy Cross. And if it wasn't over before, it's over now. Her 9th of the season. And Holy Cross is going to win the final matchup between these two schools as conference foes. Not for lack of effort. 27 saves from Alyssa DePippo. She faced 31 shots. Another assist for Violette. So Villette gets her 26th points of the season with 1:10 to go. As I was saying, I had to listen to the announcement there to get the assist. Sorry about that. 31 saves, or 31 shots faced, 28 saves for DePippo. As we hit the 1 minute mark, LaPlante stopped every shot she faced, and I think a whistle here is going to bring something. It's going to be a late penalty. Go on Beauregard. Just not the offensive performance you want if you're the Beacons. Only 10 shots. A team that averages 35 shots a game did not have a good showing, but Holy Cross limits their opponents to under 20. And these teams may meet again in the postseason. If so, there's going to have to be an emphasis on puck possession. Popped up in the air with 47 seconds left. Holy Cross on the power play. Around in the corner, thrown to the red line across the crease. Nobody there. Out to the point, 30 seconds remaining. Wristed in, add another save for DePippo. Continues the career high night. Sent the length of the ice by UMass Boston. Make sure to stay with us after the game. We will have the 3 stars. Wrap it up and take a look at what's ahead for the women's hockey team and everything around Beaconville. 2 seconds, 1, and that is your ball game. Holy Cross is going to get out of here with a 3-0 lead after a scoreless first period. They outshoot UMass Boston 3-1 by 3-1 ratio, 31-10. And despite Alyssa DePippo's best efforts, the offense just not there. The Beacons are going to fall to 12-6, 7-4 in the NEHC. Holy Cross will improve to 16-3 and 9-2 in conference play as the teams shake hands. We're going to step away real quick. When we come back, we'll take a look at the final stats. Again, have the 3 stars of the game and take a look ahead. Your final score for the first time, Holy Cross 3, UMass Boston 0. Keep it here on the Beacon Broadcast Network.
I imagine my education is going to prepare me very well for my future.
I imagine myself succeeding in the business world.
I think I have a future here at UMass Boston.
Just imagine a group of kids coming in and motivating each other, not only on their campus, not only in their community, but hopefully in the world that they live in.
Just imagine a campus with facilities that are comparable to the excellent faculty and students that inhabit this space every day. An opportunity for learning and contribution can happen. It's happening here at the University of Massachusetts, Boston.
I imagine that I'm gonna really enjoy the new campus. You have everything at your fingertips and you're right on the water. You're right outside of Boston.
Just imagine when this space is complete, all the walls are up, the windows are there, the mirrors are there so we can see ourselves dance. We can see how we really express ourselves through movement.
We are constantly trying to forge strong relationships with talented individuals and strong institutions. I can imagine us partnering. The scientists within UMass Boston working on projects of common interest. Increasingly in the sciences, it will be unusual for somebody to solve a problem on their own. Increasingly we will be solving problems together, and I think UMass Boston fosters that kind of learning.
That Suffolk success really has made a huge impact on me academically because it's provided me with mentors that I know are there for me.
With the Freshman Success Community Program, I'm a peer mentor for that, and we were able to travel to the Azores, which are a group of islands off of Portugal.
From healthcare to the health of our neighborhoods, University of Massachusetts Boston and its students and its faculty and its staff are making a contribution.
Just imagine that your gift would make it possible for our students to go abroad, to see the unfamiliar, to learn how to interact with it, and to see themselves as an integral part of a world community.
Just imagine the world where I can use this environmental science degree to help make this world a little bit better than it is.
I was a legislative intern for Senator Elizabeth Warren in Washington, D.C.
Mr. President, a budget is about building for the future.
I got the experience through a really good professor in the political science department. And I was there, in the Senate. It made me feel good about myself. It made me feel like I could do so much more. There's so much more out there and ahead of me.
Just imagine you contributing to that kind of success.
That's what I imagine, that UMass Boston students are going to become imaginative policymakers.
We have to provide abundant opportunities to our students to succeed. That's our goal, that's our mission, that's the purpose of this capital campaign.
Just imagine when I'm an ambassador.
Just being forever thankful for UMass Boston, taking that first step with me.
85% of the kids who go to the University of Massachusetts stay in Massachusetts. We are building the workforce of Massachusetts.
Just imagine what your gift can do.
It can be done. We need your help.
Just imagine what your gift can do.
Just imagine what your gift can do.
Just imagine what your gift could do.
Just imagine what your gift will do.
And welcome back to the Edward T. Berry Ice Rink. UMass Boston falls in this one by a score of 3-0. We take a look at the final stats from this game. Holy Cross, again, just the puck possession was brutal for UMass Boston. They got shot out of the building. And when that happens, you're just not going to have much success. Neither team really a lot of success on special teams, which is not what we expected coming in. Holy Cross goes 1 for 4 on the power play with 4 shots. The Beacons go 0 for 4 with just 1 shot. Now, power play goal, the second one ended up being the difference. Going through the goal scores real quick. First goal came at 9:12 in the second period. Elizabeth Scala, her first of 2, assisted by Sam Gerard. Second goal of the game came in the third period, halfway through the third period, 9:56. Julie Mathias from Isabella Bragi. That one actually changed. Boggy was originally credited with the goal. She goes to the assist, so her third assist of the year. For Mathias, her 10th goal. Again, that came at 9:56. And in the third period, time winding down, 18:32 into the third period, Elizabeth Scala gets her second. Cara Violette picks up the assist and extends her point streak, so she had 2 points. As we take a look now at the final stats, there you go. The 32-10, really the big number, but you got to give credit to Alyssa DePippo for hanging in. Marcia LaPlante improves to 6-0. She's still perfect and gets her third shutout in 6 games, so half her appearances have been shutouts. Alyssa DePippo falls to 5-1, but really had the card stacked against her, facing so many shots. Speaking of which, we go to the 3 stars of the game. The game stats brought to you by Max. The 3 stars of the game brought to you by Twin Peaks Construction. Alyssa DePippo with 3rd star, 29 saves with 31 shots. It's a career high for her. Sophomore from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, with a big day, but obviously would have liked to get out of here with the win. Cara Violette picks up 2 assists. Holy Cross's leading scorer keeps her impressive season going. Elizabeth Scala, 2 goals. They bookend a 3-goal performance for Holy Cross in this one. Taking a look at what the Beacons have coming up after this. They will be on the road middle of the week when they travel to Johnson and Wales. Then they'll be home for 2 at the start of February. They will host Franklin Pierce and University of New England in a weekend series in 2 weeks. Well, that is going to do it for us. Just a couple of people to thank before we get out of here, because you've heard my voice all afternoon, but it wasn't just me. All these people pushing buttons and working cameras to make this possible. Our producer, Seth Orensky. Our directors, Gigi Braga and Rachel Maslach. Guys, I'm sorry if I pronounce your names. Alyssa Fugel on Instant Replay. Carly Robinson, Steve Consigliano, and Emily Steinberg working the cameras. I have been Alex Barth. Your final one last time. Holy Cross 3, UMass Boston nothing. For a recap of this game, highlights, and more going forward, make sure to visit beaconsathletics.com. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Holy Cross wins 3-0. This is Alex Barth signing off. Thanks for watching this production of the Beacon Broadcast Network.